Are you an agent or advisor working in the field and you are always looking for ways to hone your craft and ask better questions of your client? My name is Wendy. I'm with Senior Market Sales. I'm a marketing consultant and I work specifically with annuities. And I have worked with agents and advisors over the last 30 years. So, the beautiful thing about what I do is I have lots of agents and advisors I've worked with that share what works for them. And I love that because then I get to share it with everybody else. So, one of the things I got handed to me is a way to create AI caricatures of myself. So you can see here a picture. And so this would be your typical Wendy sitting in the office, having her cup of coffee and having a conversation with you. However, when I am working with a client, I go through a change. I now turn into a private investigator. The way we ask questions makes a huge difference on how we can help people and their ability to say yes to what we suggest as recommendations. And the deeper we go with them without being invasive, allows us to connect with them on a feeling basis so they really understand that you know what their problem is and are willing to help them out. So, one of the things that were shared with me many, many years ago is Sandler training. And by the way, I'm not paid to endorse Sandler or any of the other things I will share through these videos. I just like to share things that actually work. And Sandler training does help with understanding that sales process. So, with the Sandler pain funnel, you can see here we have a series of questions. And so when a client exposes a pain point, these are suggestions on how to go deeper with that particular client. So let's say, for instance, you were in the fact finder and they expressed concern about long-term care. And we're seeing a lot of information coming out, a lot of excitement around that. And I couldn't be happier. So this might be a way to explore that, so tell me a little bit more about that concern. Do you have relatives that have gone into the facilities? What have you experienced during those moments in your life? Was it a big problem financially for your family? How did you guys deal with paying for those costs? Or did you have family members that had to stay home and not work during that time because that was just the only option? Um, how do you feel about that? Right? I'm going to go through and just ask questions and how do they feel about that? Um, I'm going to boil it down to, truly what that pain looks like and their willingness to resolve that and their ability to resolve that, right? With long term care, if we're going with comprehensive solutions, they have to get through the underwriting, which some people will not. That's okay. I do have alternative solutions that do not require underwriting. However, the point of this video is whether they have expressed a pain point with long-term care or income or de-risking or any of the things. Don't just take it on the surface. Ask more questions. Ask good questions. Echo back their answer to them. So I just want to make sure I understand and write it down in front of them. That way they know you've heard. And when you come back with recommendations, they can take it at the value that is presented and make their considerations. So hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, if you need help working on a case, my team is here to help. You can always call me direct at 402 343 3669. Thanks so much. Bye bye.